Hi, third grade teachers. My name is Catherine, and today we're going to be talking about process drama. The objective of today's video is to understand the role of process drama in social studies, to learn some ways to utilize process drama, and to explore some sample lessons that incorporate process drama. Now, I'd like to start off by sharing some of the social studies framework standards that this activity encompasses. So if you'd like, you can pause the video here and read through these. And if not, I'm going to keep going. So what is process drama? Process drama is an acting technique that involves role play. But the difference between process drama and other drama activities is that there is no product like a play or a performance at the end. Instead, process drama focuses on process. So students, when they do process drama, they might improvise or explore the perspective of someone in a situation other than their own. There are different activities where they're exploring the process of acting and using that to understand something deeper. Process drama can be used to enhance learning in any subject area, but it is particularly powerful in social studies, and I'm going to tell you why. So why use process drama? Number one, it's fun. Using drama or acting in any lesson is engaging and memorable for children, and it's also an opportunity for purposeful play. It can be an additional access point as well to content and ideas for multiple learners, especially those who might struggle with things like visual processing or reading and writing tasks. Lastly, it encourages student communication. It encourages social interaction between children. It encourages inquiry, and it fosters a deeper understanding of the content that you're teaching. Now, process drama is not something that's easy, right? Just because something's fun doesn't mean it's not cognitively demanding. And students can engage in process drama in a way that's appropriate to their depth of knowledge. So, when you use process drama, it can actually require students to take on a perspective outside of their own, within or across time periods or events, depending on what you're studying. It can require students to problem solve and act out and plan problems and solutions related to a specific historical context. It can also require students to summarize and infer. And these, if you think about Hess's depth of knowledge descriptors for social studies, it really heavily relies on level 4, extended reasoning. But children can, like I said before, they can engage in a way that makes sense for them for what level of, what depth of knowledge is appropriate. Here are some suggestions for using process drama. One way to use process drama is to have students act out a particular historical event that you've researched together. You might have them explore the problem and the solution within that historical event. You might ask, what did it feel like to be a participant in that event, and have them act that out? Or what did it feel like to be in a particular environment or time period long ago? This is especially powerful as, it's hard for children at this age in third grade to really have a deep understanding of time and the passage of time and change in continuity. So putting themselves through pretend and through play in a particular environment or time period can really help them understand and connect to it better. Lastly, you might want to see, how did it feel like to conduct a particular process? For example, what did it feel like to trade? What did it feel like to be a part of a factory line? There's so many possibilities. It's really endless. You might also want to have students take on the role of a particular actor, a person in a particular historical event. This helps them explore multiple perspectives or perspectives that aren't their own. It helps explore point of view. How might the point of view of somebody in charge be different from the point of view of somebody who's taking orders or taking directions? And lastly, you might want to have students even take on the role of an imaginary character in a particular historical event or time period. So how might someone who's advising somebody else to make a decision or work out a problem and solution, what would they say in this event? Here's some instructional considerations for when you use process drama in your classroom. If you're using process drama synchronously, you can use it to model or introduce a new topic, get students thinking about how they would react or respond to a certain situation to kind of have, a in kind of a communal event that they can all then use to build schema from. You might also use it after researching an event, a time period, or a situation, then have students act out or play to build that deeper understanding that we've been talking about. And you might want to use it as a wrap up at the end of a lesson to have students take on a particular role so that they can demonstrate what they understood from the content of your lesson. Now, if you're using process drama in an asynchronous format, you could invite students to use process drama in their writing, have them take on a particular role, write a diary entry, write a letter to someone explaining what they saw in an event or a period of time. For example, you could have them write a postcard to somebody or as somebody, or they could use process drama through multiple means of expression. So you might ask students to record a video of themselves or create a poster or create a song, something that really, activates those creative muscles in your kids. Here are some sample lessons in the third grade social studies curriculum that have process drama in them. So the first one is a lesson on industry in Nigeria, looking at Nigeria's economy. What students are doing in this lesson is they're learning about supply and demand through text and image analysis. But it doesn't only rely on text and image analysis. This really does incorporate some process drama. So students look at different scenarios and they explain what's going on in those scenarios. And lastly, they write advice to the people in the scenario. So they have to take on that role of the advisor. So for example, your friend is selling candy to everyone at school. She has enough candy for everyone, but not everyone wants candy. Kids are then asked to think about the supply and demand. And then they're giving their friend some business advice. So they're taking on the role and acting out, how would I help my friend in this trade situation, in this economic situation? Then there's another one about a new phone being released, another one about oil in Nigeria, where they have to actually advise the government officials. I mean, you could really take this and extend it out of just writing and have them play and act it out. But the writing task incorporates this kind of scenario role play activity as well. So there are a few more. And you wrap up this lesson by having them write what they learned about supply and demand. Another lesson that incorporates a type of process drama is one that's on human rights, mining, and deforestation during the Peru case study. So children are asked to think about the impact of mining on the indigenous peoples of Peru. And they actually start out in the warm-up by playing through this scenario. So kids are asked to imagine that they live with their family in the rainforest. They get all of their clothes, food, shelter from the forest, and they've lived there for many generations. Then these big companies come in with lots of money and they tell you that there are all these valuable resources they want to dig up. So students are in this scenario and they have to take on the perspective of the people in this scenario. How would they feel and why? What kind of impact would it have on them? It's really helps students connect to a situation that could be very different from their life in New York City. The lesson then goes on to highlight that this is really what's happening in Peru and that it's affecting families and communities in Peru. And so they're then asked to think about why this is happening and look at some of the causes. In summary, process drama is an acting technique that does not revolve around a final product like a play or a performance. It's used to enhance learning in an explorative and engaging way. And there are many avenues for how to incorporate process drama into the social studies curriculum. Some that might not even seem like a traditional acting activity, but it's involving role play and it's involving thinking through the process of acting out how something might go or how someone might respond. That's just really fun and really beneficial to all of our third graders. I hope you'll consider using process drama in your next social studies lesson, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.